40 years. That's how long this 1971 Alfa Romeo GTV sat untouched in this barn. No movement, just time. Parked up in 1985. And when I first saw it, I knew two things immediately. One, this was going to be an incredible project. And two, this was going to be my most challenging 105 series rebuild yet. But I knew this car could be saved. So with heaps of enthusiasm, I dragged it out, brought it home, and gave it its first proper wash in decades. And for a brief moment, it almost looked not bad. You know that dangerous moment in any project when you think, maybe this won't be too difficult. Well, yeah, that didn't last long. Because as soon as I started stripping it down, the truth came out. Old repairs, bad repairs, and repairs on top of repairs, and a previous accident. At that point, there's only one real option. You don't patch it, you don't hide it, you cut it out and start again. And that's exactly what we did. And then a few new panels, new wings, front and rear, inner wings, new door skins, new sills, including a middle sill, which meant bracing the car, front and rear valance, new boot, new bonnet, and 4 new floor panels. At this stage, there was a moment where it barely looked like a car anymore, just a shell, and a very ambitious plan. Once everything was cut away, what was left was sandblasted, stripped right back to bare metal. And then came 252 hours of welding. Let that sink in for a second. 252 hours. Just putting the car back together properly, panel by panel, line by line, gap by gap, making sure that everything not only fit, but fit perfectly. And eventually, after all that work, we had something that resembled a car again, straight, solid, rust-free. And finally, we were ready for paint. So we loaded it up and sent it off to painting classic cars. Now in the last episode, we saw Keith, Luke and Bo begin the process, stripping everything back to bare metal again and removing the temporary primer. Once it was back to bare metal, every surface was treated and protected with fur tan, making sure that the rust doesn't come back to haunt us later. Because the goal here isn't just a beautiful finish, it's a lasting one. And then came 3 coats of epoxy primer, sealing the car completely, creating a stable, uniform base for everything that follows. Now that's where we ended the last episode. And Keith has been really good at sending daily updates.
All panelled back up again now so we can get it all gapped up. So we've gone around and just gapped the panels. They're pretty much exactly where you left them actually. So it did gap up really well. Going through now, starting to get some filler into it. So any major dent defects now have the elastic fibre in.
And that elastic fibre gives a really good base for the next stage, which is levelling. Now this isn't about hiding imperfections, it's about eliminating them. A very fine layer of filler, carefully applied, then sanded back, then checked, then sanded again. And the key here, keeping everything as thin as possible. Even sanding back into the epoxy primer in places, just to make sure there's no unnecessary buildup, no shortcuts, no excess, just precision. Luke took on the entire car, every panel, every curve, every line. And this is a part that takes real patience. Because it's slow, it's repetitive, and it has to be absolutely perfect. This is a stage that most people underestimate. Everybody gets excited about paint, but this is where the result is decided. If this isn't right, the paint will never look right.
We're now in the booth, ready for another mega mask and going into polyester stage now. So all the shaping and leveling work is done. And as we discussed already, of course, it does look like a huge amount of filler, but it's not. It's a huge amount of filler work. I think Luke's really looking forward to the weekend. But
So on to the first epoxy isolator coat. This locks everything down, creates a barrier, and ensures compatibility between all the layers that are to follow. And then it's 3 coats of polyester primer. And this is where things really start to take shape. Polyester primer is thicker, designed to allow the final level of refinement, to remove all the smallest of imperfections. Now at this point, we're getting very close, but we're still not done. Because once the polyester is cured, it comes out of the booth again for blocking.
polyester is all now being blocked down. So this side here, this has all been sooted up like this and blocked out smooth. So this side, apart from the wheel arch lips and the very top edges of the panels, is all long blocked. Nice and smooth, the transitions between the panels going through. As you can see, nice sharp crisp lines coming all the way down through the car. Come around the back here, looks at the back now, blocking out the back panel. So the whole thing is blocked, as I said, in one complete form like this. Once it's blocked, we then take it apart for the last time. Everything will go into primer, top coat primer that is. We're in the booth now for the penultimate time. All the polyester is now blocked down. We've stripped the car back now into its component parts, component panels. All sanded smooth, all degreased, all gapped, all lines good. And we're now going into the final coat of primer. Nova for classic car hybrid filler primer, they call it. So that's where we're at now. The panels are ready to come in as well. As soon as this is done, we've blocked this down, which won't take long at all. All we're really doing is keying the surface. It's not a shaping process now. It's just a keying up so that the paint will stick to it.
3 coats of Noval for Classic Primer, designed specifically to give that final, flawless surface before color. And now, after everything, we finally here. A car that sat for 40 years. It's now straight, solid, perfectly prepared, and ready to have that next exciting step. Color. Now I have to say the Alfa Romeo GTV is looking absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to see color going on. Now while Keith, Luke and Bo have been getting the car ready for painting at Painting Classic Cars, I haven't exactly been sitting still at home. I've been rebuilding and restoring as many parts as possible, ready for the car when it comes home. We can just bolt them back on. Now the engine and gearbox has already been rebuilt by Veloci Sport, and that is ready to go straight back in when the car arrives. And I've been rebuilding as many of the other parts as I can, everything from pedal boxes, drive shafts, lights. I've been polishing all the stainless steel just so that it's ready to go straight back on the car. So guys, make sure you join me in the next episode where we will finally see that Alfa Romeo go into its original AR 109 ochre yellow. And I'm sure, like me, many of you cannot wait. Guys, if you also have any questions for Keith with regard to the painting process or anything we've done, please drop it into the comments, because I do plan on going down there to collect the car and bring it back. So happy to ask him any questions in that episode. Guys, thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you all next time. Ciao.